What are the concerns and stages experienced by families with autistic children? Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects communication, social interaction, and behavior. It is typically diagnosed in early childhood and can have a significant impact on the child's development and daily functioning. When a family has a child with autism, they experience a range of concerns and go through various stages. Initially, upon learning that their child has autism, parents may feel shock, disbelief, and a sense of loss for the dreams and expectations they had for their child. This stage is often characterized by feelings of confusion and uncertainty about the future. As the family adjusts to the diagnosis, they may go through a stage of grief and mourning. They may grieve the loss of the typical child they had imagined and the challenges that their child will face throughout their life. This stage can be emotionally challenging for parents as they come to terms with the reality of their child's condition. Another concern that families of autistic children often experience is the fear of the unknown. Autism is a spectrum disorder, which means that each child's experience with autism is unique. Parents may worry about their child's long-term prognosis, their ability to lead a fulfilling and independent life, and the support and services available to them. Practical concerns also arise, such as accessing appropriate educational and therapeutic interventions, navigating the healthcare system, and managing the financial burden of autism-related expenses. These challenges can be overwhelming for parents and add to their overall stress and anxiety. Additionally, families of autistic children may face social isolation and stigma. Lack of understanding and acceptance from the broader community can make it difficult for families to find support and inclusion. Parents may worry about their child's social interactions, friendships, and acceptance in school and other settings. It is important to note that the concerns and stages experienced by families of autistic children can vary widely. Each family's journey is unique, and the impact of autism on their lives may differ. However, accessing appropriate support and resources, such as early intervention programs, therapy services, support groups, and educational advocacy, can greatly help families navigate the challenges and provide them with a sense of empowerment and hope for the future. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a developmental syndrome that begins to manifest itself in the first 3 years of a person's life and continues to have an impact throughout their life. ASD belongs to the category of pervasive developmental disorders, PDD, and is defined as an early-onset disorder characterized by impairments or differences in social and communication skills. Generally, these disorders manifest as deficiencies in social interaction and communication, shallow and repetitive, stereotyped behaviors, nonverbal communication, echolalia, repeating sounds made by oneself or others, limited or echolalic speech, restricted interests, and functional impairments. Autistic children, in general, exhibit a lack of interest in external stimuli, avoid eye contact, and do not demonstrate a need for tactile contact with people around them. Within the autistic population, there is a wide range of variations. From an outsider's perspective, individuals with autism may appear unaware of, unfamiliar with, or unconcerned about their parents. The family is the most important building block in the development and education of all children. Therefore, regardless of whether the child shows normal development or is a disabled individual, they need the family environment to sustain their existence. Learn through experiencing certain rules and roles, and acquire physical, cognitive, language, motor, social, and emotional skills, in other words, life skills. The family can consist of the child's parents as well as close relatives or acquaintances resulting from divorce or loss. Discovering that the baby has autism, realizing that there are difficulties in communication despite having a seemingly normal appearance, observing deficiencies in social development, and witnessing inappropriate behaviors in response to situations can cause a great deal of stress, distress, and depression for family members. In accordance with the sources of anxiety experienced by parents of children with special needs based on their developmental stages, they can be listed as follows. Early childhood, proper diagnosis. Raising awareness of the child's needs within the social environment, developing appropriate services for the child, and establishing communication with experts. School age, exploring and becoming aware of new services, researching and learning about legal rights. Making decisions about which school services to benefit from, clarifying and planning activities outside of school. Adolescence, exploring and learning about the child's and the family's sexuality, experiencing exclusion and rejection by peers, discovering age-appropriate activities. Planning for career choices, and researching further education opportunities. Adulthood, problems and issues related to a child learning routine, independent socialization activities, and safeguarding the child in the event of parental death. There are generally 5 stages that families go through when they have a child with autism. The first stage is shock, disbelief, and denial. This is the initial stage experienced by families when they learn that they have a child with autism spectrum disorder. The child not exhibiting typical development as expected can bring about feelings of shock, disbelief, and denial in parents. The second stage is anger and resentment. In this stage, parents compare their own observations with the information provided by professionals, and they may reject the diagnosis and recommendations given by experts, leading to feelings of anger and resentment. The third stage is bargaining. During this stage, parents believe that the deficiencies will disappear, and they start questioning themselves with "why me?" or "why us?" They begin making efforts to eliminate these shortcomings. The fourth stage is depression and hopelessness. In this stage, parents start experiencing a sense of helplessness due to their inability to find solutions. They may not receive support from their surroundings after experiencing social isolation in the second stage, which can lead to depression. During this stage, parents realize that they have lost the idealized normal child and confront reality. Some families can move on to the fifth stage if they manage to access the necessary support, but not all families reach this stage. The fifth stage is acceptance. In this stage, parents begin to see their special needs child as an individual and enter a process of accepting the situation. The family's perception changes, and they shift their focus towards what their child can do rather than what they cannot do. During these stages, it is important for spouses to support each other, for other family members to support the parents, and for professional help to be sought from experts. The support of the external environment, neighbors, and friends is also crucial in helping the family cope with the challenges. Providing the social support facilitates the transition to the acceptance stage. However, once the family reaches the acceptance stage, the child's development will also accelerate rapidly. Wishing you a healthy day, we would be happy if you subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.